Hello there, welcome back. Today we'll be creating a Duracell battery, which is this render right here. So by the end of this video you'll be able to create this. Well, let's not waste much time and let's jump right in. Hello, welcome back, and let's create a battery. So first up, go on general, delete the cube, and let's bring in something that will look close to what a battery looks like. So on these meshes here, I don't know if it's called meshes or mesh, I don't know what plural is. Anyway, cylinder looks close to what we are looking for. So this is what we are going to use as our battery. So let's go to a one-sided view. Push say 1 on the keyboard so that we can go to a one single view. And now let's load in an image, a reference image. So Shift A or add will also work. So you go to the image and say reference. So this, let's look for our image. So I have my image saved in here. I got this image off the net. You can just look for any Duracell battery and you can actually get that and use it. So I'll go into edit mode. So select this cylinder and just go into edit mode, and then push the S to scale. In fact, just for me to be seeing what is in the background, just enable this X-ray up here, and S to stretch it. Let's just stretch it. So the idea is we are following the thickness of the battery. Let's put it here, and S, and let's stretch it. Look like we are close. Let's just move it. G to move. Okay, so now we can select the top and then enable this side. If you don't have this menu here, just push T on your keyboard and it will come. So just move it on top till it reaches somewhere right there. That looks good. And select the bottom. Let's go down. That looks good. And now let's go to the top. So for this one, what I'm going to do is push E. So make sure you're selecting this. If you want, you can actually split the screen. So you can split the screen in any direction that you want. You can bring it up, or my preference is just taking it to the side like this. So once you see this type of the thing, when your mouse changes to this, then you can just click and move. You can split your screen. So let's go to the top view, which you can push 7 on the keyboard, and well, let's move. You can use the hand here. So let's go into face mode here on top and select the top face. And now what we want to do is bevel. Oh, want to extend, not bevel, my bad. So E to extend, and then S to stretch, and just stretch it in till we reach, let's see, the thing is I can't see how far it's moving. Maybe you just move it on top a bit. That's actually good. Push E again and just move on top for that thickness, and then E again, S for stretch. Let's just move in. I'll drag it on top again just a little bit so that I can see how far I'm moving. Let's stretch it in till we reach the size of the top of that cell, and just bring it back to where it's supposed to be. Too much. Alright, E again and just move to the top. And then now, because we need polygons here, so meaning if this thing is filling out the whole thing here, it will create a distortion. So what we simply do is push E for extender, S for stretch, and just stretch it in. Make it as small as possible. Stretch it in one more time, extend and stretch it in one more time so that you can't actually see that. And let's just zoom out. Let's go to the bottom. Let's just move to the bottom. All right, let's zoom out. Let's move down. So the shortcuts I'm actually using to move, I'm using the 3D emulator button. So meaning I'm using alternate and shift to actually navigate. Let's select, let me turn off the x-ray. Where is it? Just here, and select the bottom. So E to extend and S to stretch. Let's just bring it in again one more time. Oops, E to extend and S to stretch, and we have that. So now let me bring back this, meaning this empty is the image. So I don't want that image anymore since I'm done with it. Just turn off this eye here, meaning I can't see it anymore. And let's move up. So now the thing is, when, okay, let me just go back to the single view, turn off the x-ray, and if I go back to the object mode, notice we have a jagged looking battery, which we don't want that. So go under this spanner thing here, which is the modifier. So add a modifier, a subsurface modifier, and just turn it up to 3. So notice our battery actually looks round, which is not what we want right now. So let's go back to the edit mode and push Control R on the keyboard. So notice you actually get this ring thing that comes here. Just click and then move it to the top. So move it as close as possible to the edge, and then click and let go. Control R again. Let's just take it back, down, sorry, just go down, and that looks good. So around here we also want to add one, so that we want to create that sharp edge. So Control R, and let's just bring it out. So notice we'll actually create that sharp edge. Let's create one inside again, because we want a sharp corner just here. Let's create more around here, one down. Oops, escape. If in case you create something that you don't like, just escape and undo, and just create again. Control R. All right, let's do that a couple of times. All right, and we're getting there. And one last one on top right here. Then now we can go to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom. So let's create another loop cut just down here. All right, that looks good. So this cylinder that we actually made has a UV map already made with it. So if you want me to explain what the UV map is, I've queued a video in the description down. You can actually find it, and then you can actually learn how to unwrap. So for now, this is already unwrapped, so Blender's already done that for us. So let me just go to a one-sided view, push 1 and push G to move. Let's put it on top here. All right, cool. So let's move to the top. Now the thing is, we want the UV map, so go under UV editing and push A while in this view. Notice we have this already set up. So the thing is, I've actually added I've queued in a link to where you can get this Duracell AA battery UV unwrap. So just bring this in and drop it in here. So notice it actually fits. So what we want to do is, this is the top and the bottom, so we want to move these out of the way as we work with the sides. So you select these and G, move them down. Now let's select this. Oops, just zoom out, and let's select this, and I want to stretch. So let me stretch this out like this and get the moving tool. Let's just move it. You know what, I just remembered. So the thing is, this is the top, this is the bottom, so meaning it's actually on the sides. So what we need to do is rotate this thing. So push R on the keyboard for rotate, and then hold down Control to constrain your movements and just move it. So notice on the top corner here there were some degrees. It needs to read 90 degrees. And now let's actually stretch this. Let's bring it down. Too much. Well, let's just move it down. I think it's a bit off. Let's just stretch it in a bit. Okay, that's okay. Then now we can actually stretch it in this direction. Let's just move it out, and that looks good. So notice it doesn't show here on this side. So what we need to do is go under shading. This actually is making my computer suffer. Okay, so select this battery. Let's just zoom in with your mouse wheel, or you can push the dot on your number pad. And notice there's no material here. This is the reason why it's not showing anything. So just push new, so it will bring in a new node. And here what we want to do is go back and get this battery texture and just plug it into the base color. Immediately you'll notice it actually fits, and we have our texture fitting in, and it fits in so well. But the thing is, on top here it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be a metal texture on top. So what we're going to do is, let's go under edit mode again and select that. So make sure you're in face mode, and let's reduce the processing. So just select this one here and hold down Control, then the plus on your number pad. So it will expand your selection, going like this, and just here is okay. So what we'll do is, under materials here, we want to create a new material. So click on the plus sign here and say new. Then after that, just say assign. So notice if I go back into the viewport, you notice it actually becomes white. So I want to do the same thing to the bottom. Let's just go to the bottom and let's move close, get the middle part, Control and the plus sign. Too much. If you got too much, just go hold Control and then use the minus. It will actually reduce your selection. And select, make sure you're selecting the material that is 002 and just say assign. So it will assign that material to the bottom as well. And that's alright. So let's go back to the object mode. And now what we want to do is, this material is a metal texture. So under here material, you'll notice there's a metallic option. Just push this to 1 and it's metallic now. So the other thing that we need to do is we're still on shading, just object, change it to world. And here what we want to do is Control A, and then type under search, just type for an environment texture and plug it into the color. And notice it becomes pink. Whenever you see pink, it simply means there's nothing there. So Blender is looking for a material. So we are looking for an HDRI image. So just get one of the HDRIs. You can get this from HDRI Heaven, and then just bring it in. It will take some time, probably not too much time, and it will actually show us what just happened. Oops, I think I just destroyed my machine. Oh, all right, there we go, there we go. So the thing is, I want my HDRI to actually light the whole scene up. So I'll select my light, delete. I don't need it anymore. And the other thing is, the reason why it looks like it's floating in the air is we need to change the render system. So the render engine is Eevee. We need to change this to cycles. So notice the moment we change this, just a moment. All right, so there we go. And now let's just put in the denoising data. So get the denoiser and go under composition. So make sure you enable where it says use nodes, and then select on the render, just move it aside and push Shift A, and then get the denoiser, denoise, and just plug it in. So we remove this, so make sure the noising goes into the image, the normal goes into the normal, and the albedo goes into the albedo. So once you add your HDRI, just come here under add and add a new mesh plane, and we have a new plane. So just scale this, say push 5, that's all right, and just deselect this and select the battery itself, shed smooth, that is all right. So notice we actually are not getting this thing. We want to be seeing the flow down there. So meaning what we will do is go under object properties and then go under visibility, and then tick this mask shadow catcher, and notice we have that. So let's go into the camera view. This is what we wanted. So let's add the camera. So when adding the camera, just keep in mind you look for an angle that you like, say here, and then hold down Control Alternate and then 0, and that looks good. Then, well, we're done. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and well, catch me in my next video. Bye bye.